Hi, I'm Cassandra. I'm a registered dietitian here at Oliveira Weight Management in Chicago, Illinois. Today, I want to bring you 5 of my top tips to help you lose weight. My first tip for you is to stop drinking sugar-sweetened beverages. Although you've probably heard that before, and it's a very common tip, it's a really important one. First of all, when we say sugar-sweetened beverages, we mean everything ranging from regular soda to sugar-sweetened tea, so sweet tea at most places, right? Sports drinks, lemonade, anything that they add sugar to that's a beverage is what we would consider to be a sugar-sweetened beverage. So they contribute to making it a lot more difficult to lose weight in a lot of ways. But one of the primary ways is through exceeding your calorie needs. So we tend to get a lot of calories from soda. And when we do that, they tend to be more than what we need in a day. So I'm going to give you an example. I've got a couple of numbers here. So if you drink one soda a day, it's about 150 calories. At the end of a year, that adds up to about 15 pounds of body weight. Okay, so if you stop drinking soda today and you drink one every day, you don't replace those calories with anything else, you'll lose 15 pounds in a year. Now let's look at what the average American does, right? About half of all Americans drink regular soda on a daily basis, and they typically drink about 2.6 glasses, and that's based on a recent poll by Gallup. So if we take that, do the math, extend it out over a year, you're looking at 40 pounds of body weight on an average soda drinker. So it can be one way that you can cut back a lot without actually feeling hungrier or having to focus on a whole bunch of different, changing a ton of things about your diet. Some people who just stop drinking soda drop a ton of weight. So that's what I would suggest. Completely eliminating sugar-sweetened beverages from your diet. That should be the first step to start losing weight. So my second tip kind of has 3 parts to it, so I'll try to keep it moving along for you. What I want you to try to do is identify trigger moods, foods, and situations. What that means is I want you to stop and think about what impacts how much you eat, what you eat, when you eat, specifically what moods, what foods, or what situations. So this can be a little bit more challenging for a lot of people. It takes some self-awareness and reflection and really kind of being honest with yourself about how external things are impacting what you're doing on a daily basis. So we kind of need to try to get in touch with those, and I'll kind of describe each a little bit further so it's not such an abstract concept. So a trigger mood, for example, might be stress. When you're stressed, you might drink more wine. So how do we address that? That's really what we want to do, right? Is address these trigger moods, foods, and situations. So let's say when you're stressed, you drink more wine. You probably need a better stress management strategy, right? You need a better coping strategy. So a trigger food, for example, a lot of people's trigger food might be ice cream, right? When you have ice cream, you just have a really big portion size. Portion size, by the way, is a half cup of ice cream, which is really quite small when you consider in relation to what most people eat. So maybe the plan for that is just to keep it out of the house. You can't have ice cream at home, and when you go out, you're just going to order a small portion size because you're able to restrain yourself on the front end versus trying to do it in the moment, right? So having a good coping strategy, a good plan for that. A trigger situation might be at this time of year a lot of cookouts for people, right? They might find that they just eat more volume. They eat more than they need to eat. They feel tempted to keep eating or keep picking at the chips and the dip. And maybe a strategy for that would be to eat a salad or a cup of vegetables or a piece of fruit before going to the cookout. So you're starting to get filled up already before you get there, and that can kind of help slow you down when you're there. So essentially, though, identifying and addressing these can really help you to gain better control over your diet and then also your weight. All right, we made it to tip 3. Eat more vegetables. Yeah, just eat more. That applies for most everybody. Most people don't get anywhere near enough vegetables. Now let me clarify, when I say vegetables, I mean non-starchy vegetables. So vegetables other than peas, corn, potatoes, winter squash, sweet potatoes, pretty much most other vegetables. So broccoli, cauliflower, carrots, even sugar snap peas count in that category, all peppers, cucumbers, all lettuce, anything in the cabbage family. The list goes on and on. You can find a lot of good lists of non-starchy vegetables online for free. But Non-starchy vegetables work for you in a lot of ways, right? First of all, they come at a really low calorie cost. There's not a whole lot to them energy-wise. So that's a good thing when you're trying to lose weight. What it means is that you can still eat a nice big volume of food, but have it not really contribute a whole lot to weight or body mass or body fat. So that's what we're all looking for, right? Like, we don't want to still be hungry, so eat more vegetables. It really helps with that. Also, it'll help ensure that you're getting the vitamins and minerals that you need to support optimal function of your body processes. Really include that variety. If you don't include a variety, you'll get sick of them like quick. So keeping a list of non-starchy vegetables handy and trying to shop by that and plan ahead can really be helpful. But yeah, just eat more vegetables. Tip number 4, engage in self-monitoring behaviors. Self-monitoring is having a designated way to track your progress or track whether you are or aren't doing something. In other words, a way to hold yourself accountable. Ideally, this would be in an objective fashion. So, for example, you could weigh yourself on a daily basis. You could keep tally marks in a journal for the number of servings of fruits or vegetables you had in a day. You could keep a food journal overall. You could measure or count out portion sizes. All of those would count as different self-monitoring strategies. Certainly some work for some people that don't work for others, so you have to figure out what would work for you, what would fit into your lifestyle, and what you can stick with. Time isn't a factor here, okay? It takes 30 seconds to weigh yourself in the morning. That's it. It can just be really hard to hold yourself that accountable, but it's important and can really help you stay on track. In fact, when you look at research of the people who've been the most successful with losing weight and keeping that weight off, most all of them engage in some form of self-monitoring, a variety of different types, but it's important to select and stick to a self-monitoring plan, even if maybe you aren't on track with other things. So let's say you wanted to cut back on your sugar-sweetened beverage intake and write down everything you eat every day. And on day 3, you drank 4 regular sodas. That makes you not want to write it down, right? Like, who wants to hold themselves that accountable and admit to themselves that they did something they were really trying not to do? But it's important to do that. It's okay. It takes time to make changes. It takes time to adjust. But it's important to commit to that self-monitoring behavior and to stick it out. It'll really help you stay on track. It's also really rewarding to have something objective when you reach your goal. You know, to say, my goal is to have 5 servings of fruits and vegetables every day for a week, and at the end of the week, you can look back and say, hey, I really didn't know if I'd be able to do that or not, and I did. So it can be rewarding as well. If you're still here with me, you made it to tip number 5. So this is one that people don't really like to hear because they've heard it a lot, and then again, and then their doctor told them, and then someone on the internet told them, and then the TV told them. Kind of ironically, the TV told them, but you gotta exercise. Yeah, you gotta exercise. It can be really hard to get started going, but it's really important, not only for weight loss, but for your overall health and well-being, right? People complain they don't have enough energy to exercise. They're fatigued, they're tired all the time, yet we're sleeping 6 hours a night or 5 hours a night and watching TV for hours a day. Turn the TV off, go to bed earlier, exercise. You will sleep better, you will feel better, and you'll likely lose more weight. So most people don't get anywhere near the recommended 150 minutes a week, but if you just take a half an hour brisk walk 5 days a week, that's it right there. Or go to the gym twice and 1 walk a week. You can make it work. Anything more than what you're doing now is better. So aside from the whole exercise component of it, right, think about it. The amount of physical activity, just moving around that we do in a day is so much less than it used to be. I'm not even comparing it to like, more of us used to be farmers. Not even at that level, but think about it. Garage door openers, cordless wireless cellular phones, delivery, all these things that we used to have to do small movements to take care of, we no longer do. We don't have to go anywhere. If you forget to set your home alarm system, you don't have to get up to go set it. You just punching it on your phone, right? So it's the culmination of not moving a lot, sitting a lot more, and not exercising that's really contributing to our issues with weight as well. So I would certainly encourage you to set some kind of exercise goals, right? And get started. Get started today. Even if you're doing nothing and you add 5 minutes is better than nothing. So those were 5 of my top tips to help you lose weight. I hope you found some of them helpful. Although simple, they're effective, so I'd really encourage you to try at least one of them, maybe all of them, whenever you feel ready for. If you'd like more tips like these, you can visit our blog, or we also have more services available, like FDA-approved appetite suppressants. We have individual nutrition consultations. You can do those in person, over the phone, even over the internet. So whatever's best for you. But we're here for you to help you and support you in your weight loss journey. Please visit us at www.olivera.com. That's www.olivera.com for more information today. Take care, and we wish you luck in your efforts.